mistake.
Right.
Do you think then that drugs, and particularly marijuana, should be decriminalized?
I think drugs, marijuana included, aren't good for you. I don't want to be someone who's seen as being this person advocating for drug use. I think they're not a good idea. Even people who say, oh, marijuana's no big deal. No, I think marijuana is a problem for our kids, and I think it's a mistake for kids to be smoking even marijuana, even though it may not kill you. I don't think it's good for you. It's not good for your studies. It's not good for showing up for work. It's not good for a lot of things. That being said, I don't want to put our kids in prison for it, all right? So if your kid were caught selling marijuana or growing enough that it's a felony conviction, they could be in jail for an extended period of time. They also lose their ability to be employable. So I want to change all of that. I want to lessen the criminal penalties on it, but I don't really want to be seen as an advocate for its use.
I guess because you're talking about changing, or maybe changing the way we apply the law. In that rate?
I changed the law. I mean, we have mandatory minimum sentences that say if it's your second or third time, it's automatic life in prison in many states and in the federal government sometimes. I would eliminate mandatory minimums and immediately give discretion to judges. I think the circumstances of the case are important. I'll give you one example. Jill Lockwood was in the Rolling Stone article about a month ago. She's 41. She's a nurse. She wrote a prescription illegally to get some Lortab. She got 15 years in jail. But you know what a Lortab is? It's 95% Tylenol, 5% hydroxycodone. They put her in jail based on the weight of the whole pill. So she went to jail for Tylenol for a long time, 15 years. If they'd have weighed only the illegal drug, it might have been 3 to 5 years. There are people in life imprisonment because we're adding up. You saw in the news the boy that sold pot brownies. They weighed up the weight of the entire brownie, and he was facing life imprisonment. That's insane. I don't care how conservative you are, how much you want to throw the book at people. Life imprisonment for selling pot brownies is an inappropriate sentence.
I might get in trouble from you here by asking this question, but I have to ask it.
Okay, well,
okay, let's get out of the way. Because, well, if you run for president, it's going to be a lot tougher than
tougher than you.
You know it. So, does any of the decriminalization of any drugs is any of that informed by your own experience as a college student and what you did back then? Did you smoke marijuana?
Let's just say I wasn't a choir boy when I was in college, and that I can recognize that kids make mistakes, and I can say that I made mistakes when I was a kid. And I think that people who acknowledge that, I mean, think about the last 3 presidents we've had. Bush, Obama, and Clinton all either admitted or skirted around the issue and said, well, yeah, maybe they did break the law when they were a kid. If they'd have been poor or lived in poverty or lived in one of our big cities where there's a lot of patrols, there's a good chance none of them would have ever excelled. So I have a great deal of personal sympathy for people who have made mistakes as a young person.